Right, guys, now what we want to do is we want to have a look at, on this function load storage, two things can happen. Either the user exists or they don't exist. So I'm going to put a comment in which will indicate that we want to restore all the variables from a local storage if this user exists. And how we do that is we actually go say add an event, and we go local storage, and we say if the item exists. And which item are we talking about? Now we're looking at the username. In other words, do we have a database or a dictionary with that username? And if it doesn't, then we'll do the next part. So I'm going to go with username. It's our variable. And I'm going to go done. So that's the first case. If it exists, then I'm going to load the information from the storage. The opposite to that is true as well. What if it doesn't exist? So then I go and add an event, and I go local storage, and I say if it's missing. If what's missing, that particular username, and again I start typing and it brings up my variables. And those are the two conditions. So I want to obviously copy that, paste that in, and just move that one down. So in this case, we are going to do what? So if he doesn't exist, then we'll most probably ask the user if he wants to create a user on maybe a sign-up sheet. And that's it. So next is we're going to be having looking at, so what is it that I need to do? In this case, it's easy because I'm just going to send him to the sign-up sheet. But what is it that if he exists, what is it that we need to load? And this is all part of the loading storage. Right, so before we have a look at what is the details that goes into the load and the load storage in terms of exists and doesn't exist, let's just go and add the last event in this, the last function in this, and that would be to save the storage. So if we go add a function, function, there we go. And in this one, we call it save storage. Say, yep. And I go OK. So I've got load storage and I've got save storage. So what happens when I have to save it? That will obviously be in the event where we loaded it and it came up with the username does not exist. Then we're going to push him out to another screen and we're going to ask the storage to be saved. So I'm going to run through that function next. Right, so what we want is we want to be able to save our data, in this case, with this function to a dictionary. So how we do that is you go to any one of your other screens, you double click, and you just type dictionary. And again, it's added to your entire project. Now we go back to our common one, and we go add local storage, set the item, and then the name here is going to be our username from the variable that we've already saved. And the value is going to be that dictionary. So the dictionary, and we're saving it as a single file. So we go dot, we go as a JSON. So done. So in other words, what it does, if whenever we run the save storage function, it's going to use the username for the name of the dictionary that we done. That's in that. The fact that we're using that means we can have multiple users. Every time we save this, the name of this dictionary is going to be the username. And then obviously we can decide what else is it that we want to store. So that's how you save the username to its own dictionary. All right, let's just go one further. If I now want to save, for example, the score. I've already saved the username now, and as part of the save, I want to save the score. It's as simple as add an action, use your dictionary, add a key. And the key has got two parts, a key and a value. Now in this case, I stay inside the speech brackets and I'm going to go score. So I want to save the score. So that score, and the value is the actual variable. So I use score. So I'm saving it as a name. So the key is actually the name of it, score. The value is whatever that value is going to be, is what I'm scoring, or what I'm saving. And if I then go done, then you can see it sits there. But I just want to swap these two around. So first thing I do, I add a score, and then I save all of that to be the dictionary with the username. And that's the simplicity of it. Now, obviously, you can add all the other things that you want to keep track of over here, your lives, your prizes, etc. It's going to be done in a similar way to this in terms of scoring it.